Do you wish to make Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 as realistic as possible? Ever felt alone in the skies or thought that the ground you're flying over wasn't as immersive? Well, our curated list of 5 realism-enhancing add-ons will be sure to get you as close to that goal as possible. From entirely free add-ons to paid ones with paid expansions, strap in, ladies and gentlemen, as we explore the top 5 realism-enhancing add-ons for Microsoft Flight Simulator. What is going on, guys? Varun from Flyby Simulations here, and welcome back to yet another video on the channel. To start things off then, let's talk about an add-on that greatly enhances your airports and skies within Microsoft Flight Simulator while making your flight sim experience a little less lonely. I am, of course, talking about Flight Sim Live Traffic Liveries, or more popularly known as FSLTL. This nifty add-on is a standalone, real-time online air traffic overhaul solution for you, and best of all, it's completely free. The add-on currently has over 1,440 liveries supported, along with a metric ton of native aircraft models, including all of your typical Boeing and Airbus birds, as well as other aircraft types you might see in different regions of the world. Each of these models also has custom effects, including custom lighting, contrails in the air, heat blur, and more, so they don't just appear bland when you're at the airport. Speaking of bland, they are also fully compatible with default Microsoft Flight Simulator ATC, so you'll often hear default ATC vectoring these aircraft around, thus enhancing your simulation experience in the process. From custom sound effects to VATSIM model matching readily available for the product and a very user-friendly install and download process, configuring this mod is as easy as following the instructions on screen or watching a quick YouTube video to get you up to speed. I definitely vouch for this add-on and have personally never flown without it ever since it was released. The only negative thing I'll say about it is the relative loss in performance I used to get with it back when I didn't have the most powerful of systems, but the customizability offered within the product takes that element away as well, since you can set the number of aircraft in the sim to your liking to find a balance between visuals and performance. A fantastic treat to have in the sim. Oh yeah, and if you're enjoying what you're watching, do give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and also join our free Discord server to engage in healthy discussions regarding flight simulation and aerospace. Would love to see you guys there. Speaking of feeling lonely during your flight though, if you're someone like me who loves flying near oceans, lakes, rivers, and other water bodies in the sim, you also need something to help improve the loneliness equation in that area. That's where our next add-on comes in. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Global AI Ship Traffic, or GAIST for short. As mentioned before, this free add-on helps populate all your oceans, large lakes, and other prominent water bodies in the sim with a wide variety of ships, boats, tankers, cruise ships, freight carriers, and more to help enhance those approaches and departures even further. The latest update to this add-on brought it to version 3, which added more than 400 new ships, bringing the total number of ship models to 900. Combined with a wide array of different skins, paint schemes, and more for these ships, the total variety of ship traffic is close to 1,800 individual marine vessels. A very impressive number by any stretch of the imagination. Not only are these ships included though, similar to FSLTL, real shipping routes are also packaged in with the mod, thus making the paths that these ships take very realistic and believable. I personally love flying into Singapore, for example, my previous home city, and seeing all the various ships getting close to dock into the massive port in the Asian cultural and business hub is a truly wonderful sight to behold. Performance-wise, this mod is very friendly, causing few to no performance losses for me personally. Additionally, the mod is also packaged very neatly, with different regional routes included separately, so you can download only the routes that you need. The storage space required is a little on the high side of things, so that's something to keep in mind, but in my humble opinion, that's a very small price to pay for an add-on that manages to enhance my immersion in this sim by such a large factor. Moving on from improving our peripheral environment in the sim a little, let's talk about a couple mods that can help us improve our own simulation experience. Starting off then, we have Ground Services X Pro, more commonly known as GSX Pro for Microsoft Flight Simulator. The inception of this mod goes back all the way back to the FSX and P3D days, and in this latest version for Microsoft Flight Simulator, the mod shines in bringing life and personality to the various ground service aspects of your flight. from animated passengers to custom refueling operations, controlled catering and baggage loading simulation, and even a customizable pushback service, GSX Pro is literally your one-stop shop to service your aircraft before departure or post-arrival to an airport. Hundreds of liveries for various catering, baggage, and refueling trucks are also provided to mimic real-world operations, and all of these change based on where you're flying to and from, thus preserving immersion throughout your flight. Not only this, but GSX Pro also manages to replace or, in my opinion, enhance every single jetway around the globe, bringing new varieties, advertisements, and more that help bring life to airports as well. Most major airport scenery add-ons or aircraft add-ons that are being released come with a custom GSX profile today to be seamlessly integrated with this add-on, since people realize its significance in performing realistic, timed operations using airliners. My personal favorite thing about this add-on though, is that I can finally have marshalers or automated docking guidance systems usher me into the gate once I've landed, with proper gate assignments that I can pre-select before arriving at the terminal. Previously, I just land and find myself a random gate, but with GSX ushering me into a particular gate, I genuinely feel as if ground personnel are ready to receive me, thus significantly enhancing my immersion within the simulator. Unlike the two other add-ons coming before this, however, GSX Pro is a paid mod, costing around €30 or $33 to add to your virtual arsenal of products. I must say that for the plethora of features it includes, half of which I haven't even mentioned in this video, that price is definitely justified, and the developers continue providing free updates to the mod with time, so definitely an investment I can get behind. Now before proceeding further with the video, I have to tell you guys about a brand new ultra-detailed tutorial series that I have just started on the channel called Aircraft Dissected, where we look at every screw, button, knob, switch, and light within the Airbus A320 series of aircraft in an attempt to make those videos the most detailed tutorials on the internet. Here's a little trailer for you guys to watch, so if you guys wish to watch the full thing, definitely go to the first link in the description section of the video and check it out. Let's play the trailer. Coming further underneath, we have the emergency electrical control panel. Now, moving into the panel itself, starting from the left, we have the emergency generator test switch, which is normally used by ground personnel and maintenance staff to verify normal operation of the electrical buses powered by AC or alternate current. Again, you will never touch this switch even if you are a real-world pilot, as it's purely for maintenance purposes. Coming to the right, we have this Generator 1 line switch, which shows the status of Generator 1 by either showing an off light or a smoke light. An off light obviously signifies that the line connecting Generator 1 has been manually turned off. The smoke light, on the other hand, illuminates when smoke has been detected within the avionics ventilation system, which is the complex array of wires and electrical circuits that make up the overall electrical and flight management system within the aircraft. In the event that smoke is detected, the aircraft must be placed in the smoke configuration to ensure safety of other flight components. Again, this is an emergency system and is normally never used in day-to-day flight operations. Coming further right, we have the RAT and emergency generator manual on switch. Now, the RAT and the emergency generator are actually two different components that work in conjunction to provide power in case of a dual engine failure or complete power loss in the aircraft mid-flight. So let's start with the RAT, which stands for Ram Air Turbine. It's a little fan-like contraption that extends down from the belly of the aircraft. The incoming air will spin this RAT, which acts as a sort of mini windmill to be able to aid in producing electrical power for basic aircraft operations. The emergency generator is connected to this RAT and is responsible for taking the kinetic energy of the turbine and turning it into useful electrical energy to be able to perform an emergency landing using important subsystems. So starting with this indication light over here, the fault light illuminates when there's obviously a fault with either the RAT or the emergency generator or both. The red guarded switch right next to it is normally in the auto configuration, where the RAT will automatically deploy in case of power loss during an emergency. If in some situation, however, the RAT doesn't deploy automatically or the emergency generator doesn't kick in, pilots can push this button in to be able to manually aid the process. I hope that made sense. If there are any real-world Airbus A320 pilots in the comments section below, once again, please do let me know if my explanation was accurate or whether you might have some further insights to help explain these subsystems better. Moving on from GSX then, let's talk about another fantastic add-on that enhances literally every aspect of realism when flying in any type of aircraft you're in. From inducing realistic ground vibrations, sounds, movements, and incidents during a flight, as well as a fully custom first-person mode, albeit with a couple quirks, I am of course talking about FS Realistic Pro. With a constantly growing list of features, the add-on currently includes over 34 individual cameras and sound effects to make your flight experience as realistic as possible. The add-on is extremely friendly in terms of FPS and has no performance loss on my system personally, as it runs automatically in the background using a separate client. The user interface for the client is slick and modern, allowing you to tweak the various sounds, jitters, camera movements, and so on to your liking, offering a variety of different profiles as well for GA aircraft, turboprops, gliders, helicopters, seaplanes, and more, pretty much suiting everyone and everyone's type of flying experience. But where this add-on can really shine is when you pair it with compatible butt kickers, vibration motors, as well as head tracking devices like the Tobii Eye Tracker 5, all of which are natively supported by the add-on and help compound the realism you're able to achieve within the sim. By far my favorite part about this add-on, however, that I definitely think other developers should also implement, is that though this add-on is payware, costing around $30 US, it does offer a free 7-day trial where you can experiment with every feature the add-on has and see for yourself whether you want to give it a go with a full purchase. That's the type of consumer-centric attitude I can respect. Overall, I've been simming with FS Realistic ever since my X-Plane days over 5 to 6 years ago, and when it was first released for Microsoft Flight Simulator, I knew it would be a staple addition to my arsenal of realism-enhancing add-ons. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, the fifth add-on we have on this list brings us back to enhancing the environment and the virtual world. I know my viewers constantly keep asking me about this in my videos, wondering how I get my trees to look varied and different wherever I fly. The answer: Rex AccuSeason. This add-on offers a vast selection of seasonal presets and vegetation customization options, enabling global variety in seasonal textures. Now, Microsoft Flight Simulator natively does a pretty good job depicting various weather patterns, including snow, rain, thunderstorms, etc. But let's face it, trees don't remain lush and green the entire year, and you do want to see variety in that regard, especially considering over 1 trillion of these trees were hand-placed by the team at Asobo to make the digital twin in the sim feel more alive and natural. As such, Rex AccuSeason allows you the freedom to choose things such as tree height, deciduous tree canopy type, color tones for each tree, and more. There are several presets available for each season, which you can manually select for a personalized experience. However, my favorite aspect of this add-on is its dynamic automation function. Yes, I know the name sounds a little cheesy, but the concept is really cool. Essentially, by setting a recurring Windows task, Rex AccuSeason will update global seasonal textures daily at a set time that you can select. For me, it's around 1 PM in the afternoon. At this time, the Rex client will open up, install all the required textures into the sim, and then when I open up Microsoft Flight Simulator next time, every region in the world will have accurate-looking seasonal textures. Now, obviously, the mod isn't perfect. Some places do look a little repetitive and unrealistic since the add-on doesn't have individual data for every single region and biome in the world. But for the rough variety it offers, it's definitely worth the $24 US it costs. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the conclusion of our video today, covering the top 5 realism-enhancing add-ons for Microsoft Flight Simulator. As mentioned before, the list is in no way exhaustive, and I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section below what add-ons you use that I can include in a future part 2 in this series. With that said, if you guys enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like, subscribing to the channel, and hitting the bell icon to be notified of all future videos we post. Thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for flying by.